Hey, Krishna Prem here. I'm so happy to be with you. I just finished my Aloneness book, and now I want to share it with you because aloneness for me doesn't mean being alone, it means being with you and feeling good about myself so I can share with you. And today, what I want to do is share three little concepts I call numbers so that we can really get to love each other and understand each other. And the first concept is two fingers. So for me, this is Osho. And this is your very good friend, Krishna Prem. And what Osho said to me is, please don't talk to me from your fingertips. If you want me as a friend, you need to go all the way down into who you are in order to meet me. So you need to let go of your personality, and you need to let go of your life as you understand it, and you need to be willing to live in what we know now in the East is not knowing is the most intimate experience you can have. Personality, let go. You don't know who you are, and yet you feel intimate without knowing. Then you meet Osho. You meet your friend. And then you can come back from not knowing back into your everyday personality, and then you can relate with each other because you've done your homework. You've gone down into who you are, and you can say hello to another human being. When you talk from your fingertips, it's two human doers talking to each other, getting nowhere except getting everything done. Go back into your human being and then relate to your human doer. Again, what is this book about? It's about you're a human being that can do something. Very, very simple. Now, when I look in Osho's eyes, I see myself because he's not there. Now, I don't know if you're from Atlanta, if you're from London, if you can meet an Osho today, but you can do one homework assignment. I want you to pick 5 friends that you can be yourself with, that you can be honest with, that will give you space in love. Oftentimes, our families do give us love, but they do not give us space. So today's assignment is to find 5 friends, they can be family members, 5 friends that love you and give you space to be yourself, so you can share with them what you're going through. Again, not as a human doer, but as a human being that's looking for passion, to your own passion, to be alive, to be happy. So you want 5 friends that you can sit around, have a glass of wine, share what's coming up from you, what's keeping you from being happy. Also giving them a chance to share with you. So it's not about you sharing, it's about your friends also learning to trust you. Trust is fantastic. And it's not taught in high school. It's not taught in college. Trust comes from having good friends and expressing yourself and letting them express themselves. So that's your homework assignment. And where did I first hear this? I heard it from Osho, but I didn't really listen. I was too busy being in love to listen to wisdom. But 50 years ago, I'm sitting with Osho, maybe 48 years ago. I always exaggerate a little bit. And I'm sitting with Osho, and he suggested that a successful life is having 5 good friends before you die. But when I spent all my money, who wanted to go anywhere? I wanted to be with Osho in Bombay. Can you imagine, one of the hellholes of the world? But I was in love, and love in a hellhole is a whole lot better than being unhappy in a hellhole. So I was stoned in love, spent all my money, and now it was time to go back to America. And then I had a flight from London back to America, but I didn't have a flight from India to London. No money. I hitchhiked from India to England, and I had the most wonderful chance to be in Afghanistan before the U.S. went to war with Afghanistan. I was an American in love with Afghanistan. And, you know, Afghanistan is amazing. The first image I had, such a beautiful image. You go onto the highest roof and you look down on Afghanistan. You almost feel like God reached down into the earth and picked up an entire city. They couldn't afford paint, so everything was the color of the earth with windows in it. So beautiful. And they couldn't afford clothing, so if you gave them a piece of cotton, they would cut it in small squares and sew it together, and that became like a patchwork jacket of all different colors. And all different colors look so good in the desert. You probably know that. And I loved it. And that night I was with my host. And as you know, drugs are illegal in the West, but in Afghanistan, not using drugs is illegal. You know, so he was completely out of his mind on hashish. And I didn't inhale, but I put it to my mouth. You know, I want to be president of the United States one day, so I didn't inhale. But I really enjoyed his presence, and he said the same thing to me when I asked him, how can you be so happy with nothing at all? And he said, I have 5 good friends. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't believe something unless I hear it from 2 people. You know, so I heard it from Osho, my teacher, and then I heard it from this Afghani friend, and it just came all the way into my being. And to this day, I'm always looking for my 5 best friends, and I want to say that I am proof of the pudding. I have many good friends, you know, not even just 5. And one day, hopefully, when I sign your book, we'll become friends also. So I think it's really, really important to share. So again, the book is called Aloneness, but I want to hear that you have 5 good friends. And there's one other number I want to share with you, because you may also want to do this lifetime alone. You may say, Krishna, I don't want 5 friends. I bought your book so I could be totally happy alone. So I want to introduce you to one final meditation, which I find amazing, and I would love to tell you that I thought of it myself, but it's actually from Gurdjieff. Gurdjieff was a Russian teacher, very, very much like Osho. And what they had in common is they had balls, big, big, big balls. And but they also had a female quality called, I don't want to hurt you, Krishna Prem, but I do want to wake you up, and it may require some tough love. But when you meet a master, they don't physically hurt you, but they're also not the nicest people in the whole world, and they're going to try and wake you up. And this is what Gurdjieff said to me, not personally, but when he said it, I got it, and now I'm sharing it with you. And he said, please, 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 don't make a decision for 24 hours. You meet a girl, you want to get married, please, please, please wait 24 hours before you ask her to marry you. You hate somebody, you want to punch out their lights. Please, please, don't be violent for 24 hours. Really take a look at your life. And once you get good at this, once you give yourself 24 hours before you make a major decision, then I give you permission, or you can give yourself permission. Move it down to 12 hours, you know, before you make a major decision. Now, if you make a mistake and you were rash even after only 12 hours, you need to go back up to 24 hours. Now, at 12 hours, if you find yourself making the right decision, you can go to 12 minutes, because you'll get better at knowing who you are and how you want to share. Once you're in the moment, once you're totally alive, you don't need any time at all. Time disappears. You're in the moment. Perfect. Now, once you're in the moment, if you screw up, you have to go all the way back to 24 hours before you make another decision. I promise you, if you give yourself one day between something important in your life and before you open your big mouth, you'll be a much happier person. Once you're in the moment, you don't need 24 hours because, as you know, once you're in the moment, there's no such thing as time. So I love what I'm saying now. You can watch this video again one time, or you know what I'm talking about. Everything I say, if it's true, already belongs to you. Have a great day. I love you. Cheers.